Hello. Let's get to this budget, okay? I want you to get a budget like I have, where you don't have a whole lot of things flying around. Because let me tell you, it is wonderful. Yeah, I got the mortgage. Yeah, the mortgage on my rental property, but it's going to be paid off because I'm not sitting around playing around with $138,000. Okay, I'm getting it. I paid down from 350,000 to 138,000 as of now, and I'm just not playing with it. I'm not sitting there for the next 50 years or whatever. They think it's going to be over in 2050 in August. It's not going to be over. It's going to be over earlier than that. Way over, way earlier, way over it. I'm over it, okay? I don't do bills like that anymore. You sit there and you pay and you pay and you pay. Okay, I probably will get another house. Most likely we are going to get another house. And I'm just not going through this. I'm going to use this house to the down payment. And then I'll probably still have maybe 200,000 loan type thing to pay. But I'll be where I'm at, my dream home. And that is the last one I'm going to get unless something horribly goes wrong and I don't want to be there. All right, so this is a way I really want you to get to this point where you just either have your mortgage or no mortgage and you just have your regular bills, and if you want to do something else, you got the money to do it, okay? But I'm going to show you my September budget, and I didn't put my planner out. I'm going to write it in my planner when I get done. But I wanted to be colorful. I had used this before. I got a budget book just like this that I made, and I took a page out. So for this month, I usually pay my bills ahead. So that's a good point to have when you paid off everything. Now you know what's coming in. So if you want to take money out of your savings account and move over to your checking account or pay bills on some of my bills, I can pay them from my savings account and not even move it around and do it. So it makes it a lot better. You can transfer money, you can pay it early, you don't have to deal with it. And I'm a month ahead of my bills, so I look at them and I go, oh, there we go. So in my buffer, I'm going to put in my checking account $6,200. All right. And any other income that comes in is going to savings and investing. It's going to transfer now automatically without me worrying and adding it up. It's just all going in there. It knows which way to go. I got it earmarked to savings accounts, and I got earmarked to my investments, account, so that I can move my money toward investing and things I want to invest. And I invest in the stock market and other things, and I do that myself. I don't have, I'm with a company. I'm with Navy Federal. I was with Ameritrade, who turned into Charles Schwab, and then I was already with Navy Federal, and I said, why don't I invest there? Why am I wiggling around over there too? So I just stopped and moved my money over. So the first thing I did, two things I did, was that AEP, which is my electric, and Columbia is my natural gas in the house. And this is an all electric house, so most of the time we don't have a lot of gas going on. But I put both of them now back onto the budget plan. Remember my electric bill, I kept pulled it off, and all this, and my gas bill, they were off of the plan. So I put them back on the plan. Wintertime is coming. And so they're estimating it's $153 a month and $131 a month. And they will take that out automatically out of my credit card. Okay, Spectrum, we don't have cable. That's for our turbo internet. And it means turbo because we have to use the internet here. And that's $134.99. They take that out automatically also. Verizon, which is my phone, and my kids pay for their own phone. Finally got settled down, and they're back to $87.56. This is mine. My kids have another thing going on. So this total here is $506 and 55 cents. Now, extra expenses. So extra expenses are, we got a Navy Fed credit card. Now these over here, you see CC, all this will be paid by a credit card. So Navy Fed will be paying these automatically. They'll go over there, get their little money, and I won't worry about it till next month. So already we know that $506.55 is going to Navy Fed. Okay, so the cash side, I call it, we'll need to pay off the other Navy Fed. I got 2 credit cards from them. Credit card. And the credit cards is I don't use cash to pay things. I use my credit card. This credit card, I go get gas, I eat out, I pay for this, I pay for that. And I also have a business credit card, and then I have another credit card which I just put homeless stuff, like when I'm taking them out and I have to make sure all the expenses are there so that I know I paid for everything for them. If I take them to the store, if I have to help pay for rent because something has went wrong, or I pay for their deposits to get an apartment. And so all that's on there. So for the last month's credit card, it's also take my grandparents and parents out to dinner. So last month we spent $997.03 on the credit card. All expenses were on there. So we got to pay that off with cash. Then we have our blessing binder, which is somewhere here. Nope, that's the wrong one. I'm still looking. It's somewhere. Oh, there it is. Say, I'm right in the front. I'm number 1. That I got from the Nightlife, and it has only cash in it. So this time we're going to put $200 in it. So far for that. And then we're going to go to our next one for the savings challenges. I'm going to transfer $2,500 over to every bucket that we use for savings challenges. So the cash will be in there. So in the checking account, it will move over, or I'll put it in the savings account. I think I'll put it in the savings account. And it can move over to the bucket. So when we do the medical binder, I'll be using prop money, but it will move over at the end of the game how much money we've saved per challenge. If we're doing Christmas, we'll move that money over when I'm finished with the video, okay, over to where it's supposed to be, if it's whatever we're doing that day. So that's where it goes. If I'm doing Hopping the Budget with Bunny's Savings Challenge book, it goes into the bunny bucket, okay? I have a bunny bucket. Yes, I do. Okay, then we know the mortgage. Now, the mortgage I can also take on my credit card, and it withdraws. Like if I have an overdraft in my checking account, it will throw money in there. So either way, I do it. But mortgage, we know most of the time we need cash. Now, my mortgage is $1,430, but I'm adding an extra for principal. So that'll be a total of $2,500 that we're going to pay for the mortgage. Okay, extra. And that's simple. That's just the way it is. So we know that we're going to put $6,200 in there. And technically, there's no cash coming out of this. It's over here. And this right here adds up to 6,197. Right? Okay, calculator. Thank you. Okay, so we know that this one's 6,197.03. So we got about $3 left. And that's okay because it will be in the buffer. Okay? We'll just leave it in the buffer. And at the end, when the buffer comes, what's going to happen is I'm going to add 5,000 or whatever into that buffer to keep it going, okay, for next month. Okay, our goal for me is I always live below my means. And that's what you need to do. Live below your means. You don't have to show up and show out for everybody. You need to just keep on, follow God's plan. He's got a plan. This is his money, okay? This is God's moolah. And if you don't fix it, it won't work. So we got extra $3, and we'll put in probably $5,000 or something. Let me check. Because I always leave $5,000. $5,000 seems to be my thing going on. Okay, so we need 4,997, and that'll be 5,000 in the buffer for next time, or more if we had to put some over there. But that's basically what we're going to do with the monthly plan. I hope you get to a point where, you know, you just maybe just have your house and you can get rid of all this other stuff. You know, you can use your credit cards for, you know, we use our credit cards for fun, entertainment, or whatever we have to do, and we don't have to worry about all these other extra bills. Wouldn't you like to have that? Yes, you would. Just keep smiling, be kind, stay humble, work hard, be grateful, never give up, stay strong, and you know what? Believe in yourself. Hello to my new subscribers, the old subscribers. Take care of yourself. Like and subscribe. I'm over at the Kofufu shop with all the rest of you. I really like that shop because I can put more free stuff on there. Love that. Just love that. I do. I love that. That's something I really like to do. But anyway, take care. Bye-bye.